Okay, transition, figure 4, F sharp major, unexpectedly. F sharp major in the left-hand part and F sharp minor in the right-hand part. Okay, we're in transition, so there's three themes, TA, TB and TC. So TA, so the first theme of the transition, is the right-hand piano part from figure 4 onwards up until bar 50, so that and then it just repeats. So those first 4 bars there. Apparently TA, so the transition theme A, is supposed to be like a Spanish guitar strumming.
What bar is it to, sorry? 50?
47. That. Supposed to sound like a Spanish guitar strumming. We have 8 bars here where it's just piano, so we call that a soliloquy. Do we know how to spell soliloquy?
No.
Right on the board for you. Soliloquy.
I've seen that word before.
So it's like an introverted little piano moment where actually everything else stops. And if you think, just before figure 4 we had the big build-up and then that sudden collapse. And then it suddenly just literally turns to piano. And then we get to figure 5, where we have a nice bit of jazz there, or blues inspired. So TB, the second transition theme, is the E-flat clarinet part. It really doesn't sound like that in real life. But the E-flat clarinet part there. Okay, so that little 2-bar phrase there, the top line, figure 5, TB, where the orchestra actually comes in as well. Matthew, what is the piano doing at TB?
Scales. Arpeggios.
Arpeggios. So just an accompaniment of arpeggios from the piano. Of arpeggios, and the strings just hold an F sharp major chord. So strings hold an F sharp major chord. Very, very simple. So we're transitioning. It's halfway between the first subject and the second subject, and it is something completely different. So we've had 2 bars of the clarinet. Dee-da-dee-da-da. Straight away, the trombone imitates it. Wah, 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 wah. So that trombone imitation is bar 53 and bar 54. You can see it on the top line of page 10. And we get to bar 55 and we have TC in the piano. So TC is in the piano, and then there's some accompaniment in the bass line. Now the accompaniment is supposed to be like a slow foxtrot. What's a foxtrot?
It's dance.
Dance, isn't it? So it's like a slow foxtrot.
What does senza pedal mean?
Without the piano pedal. So, not allowed the pedal. Supposed to. Yeah?
Yeah.
other one strange thing we've got, if you look, not the bar that says senza pedale, but the bar after it, got an A sharp in the piano, bass part. You've got an A natural in the right hand part. That's what we call a false relation. So he lands with a question of, give an example of a harmonic device in this extract. You would say, there is a false relation in bar 56. Theme TC that we've got here reminds us of Gershwin Piano Concerto in F. Now, Gershwin and Ravel were contemporaries. They were writing music round about the same time, and Ravel had travelled and had experienced Gershwin's music. So Gershwin wrote his own piano concerto in F, and this bit here reminds us of Gershwin Piano Concerto in F, which was a very jazzy piano concerto. We'll be listening to that later on in the year. Okay, so in the transition so far, we had 8 bars of piano on its own. We then had TB, where we had the orchestra come back in and the piano play arpeggios. We've then had 8 bars of piano on its own again, and we now go back into the orchestra. So he's blocked it off a little bit. Instead of merging the two together, he's going to write piano, orchestra bit. Piano on its own again, we're going back into 4 bars of orchestra again, and we hear the same music as we heard in the last 4 bars of orchestra. So we've got TB again in the piccolo this time into clarinet, into trombone. This is figure 6. You've got TB being imitated, and that goes on. So we hear TB 3 times this time. So TB happens 3 times. Piano is doing arpeggios to accompany again. Strings are holding the F sharp major chord again. What's the harp doing there, Amelia?
Where's the harp, sorry?
Arpa. It's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Like scales.
Scales, yeah, it's a gliss, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the harp's just doing an effect really with the gliss. And between the harp doing this kind of this very kind of Broadway idea, and the percussion is going cha 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 cha. In the percussion, so that's the 3 lines above the timpani. They're supposed to create this kind of Broadway, early 1920s musical feel to it. So they give us a Broadway feel there.
Is that just a gliss of all the black notes, would it be, if it was on the piano?
It tells the harpist what notes he or she should be playing in terms of pedals,
Right.
and then it goes all the way down. But you are right in that you've got C sharp and D flat is going to sound twice, B flat, A sharp twice, then G sharp, F sharp, and E flat. So we've got there a pentatonic scale.
Yeah.
Yeah? Down and back up. The difference between with a harp, you hear some notes twice. In order to get a gliss, you have to play every string.
Yeah.
So there you get. Yeah? Really quickly. But yeah, well spotted. It's a pentatonic scale there. So we've had 4 bars of full orchestra, we've had the imitation, and we go back to virtually only the piano, in that there's a little bit of horn. So we're on bar 67, and we hear TC again in the piano. It's just a 4th higher than last time. So bar 67 in the piano, TC, but the melody is a 4th higher this time.
Is that on the piano?
Yes. And you've just got a solo French horn playing a long note. So bar 67, TC, a 4th higher than last time. Okay, we get to bar 70, and we keep hearing TC, but you can see the horn actually falls down there. Slowly starts sinking down. As you come over the page, it goes further. So the key gradually shifts its way down from bar 70 up to figure 7, where we land in... where?
E major.
E major. In E major there. You can see the French horn part sinks lower and sinks lower, and we land just before figure 7 in the dominant of B minor. So the piano playing the F sharps. Dominance of B minor, which kind of leads it into the E major key change. And we're on the second subject there, which is actually very short. Okay, at that point I'm going to listen through from the start, through that transition, and through the second subject as well.